So this might be the dumbest thing that Call of Duty has ever done. This is probably not even close. And honestly, I love it. What's going on, everybody? This is Javier from Not For Normies, and today, let's just start off with the obvious. Beavis and Butt-Head are in Call of Duty now. It's literally, I'm staring at it right now. This is absolutely ridiculous. Yes. I mean those guys who, I'm talking about MTV, Beavis and Butt-Head. That kind of Beavis and Butt-Head. It is, I literally, when I watched it, I couldn't even believe it. It was like my 90s nostalgia just smacking me directly in the face. And I couldn't even, it was so ridiculous. I couldn't even believe it was actually real. It was just so funny to see them, like, with their weird laugh. Dude, ridiculous. And then headbanging while on a freaking truck driving in Call of Duty. What is happening? And I'm not even saying that this is just like a one-off. This isn't just like one-off Easter egg kind of thing. They're full-on playable operator skins in Warzone. Dude, this is insane. Couldn't even believe it. So at first, obviously, I laughed. It was hilarious. Watching this whole thing is hysterical to see in real time. Pulling it up on my phone, I couldn't even believe it. Looking at the actual news article, and then watching it on YouTube, hilarious. But then, as I watched it, I couldn't even, I really thought to myself, am I really going to re-download a 250 gig game to play these skins? And honestly, I have no idea if I'm going to or not. It just goes to show the power of Beavis and Butt-Head. And it sounds ridiculous. I know. It sounds absolutely stupid. Dumb AF. But I'm serious. And it's not even that the skins are lazy. They full on committed to these skins. And the visuals are legit. The skins are cel shaded. They're just so stupid. It's so dumb. And it's so cool. Like, it made me hesitate and be like I have barely any gigs on my PS5. Barely. I have so many games that I need to actually sit down and play. My backlog is like to the roof and back. And I'm actually contemplating on whether or not I should be downloading Call of Duty, putting 250 gigs, I think. I honestly have no idea. I know it's huge. I know that file size is enormous. So, I could either play the games I currently have, or play this freaking Beavis and Butt-Head skin on Call of Duty. I don't even know what's going on. Legitimately, I have no idea. But we're here, and it's a topic that we're gonna talk about. So this skin, obviously, this is not meant for ranked. I'm sorry to say it to everybody who thought that we're going to jump into this and think, it'd be really smart to play Call of Duty with a Beavis and Butt-Head skin on, because with that cel shaded, that cel shaded art style that they're going for with this Beavis and Butt-Head thing, it's just not gonna work. No one's gonna drop into Call of Duty in a real ranked Call of Duty match with a hyper realistic version of Beavis and Butt-Head, in the sense of hyper realistic, in that it's realistic to the show itself. It's so true to the show that those colors really pop and it just blows up in your face. And obviously, when you're playing this game, it's not meant to be something that you're not playing ranked Call of Duty to show off your skins. You're there because you want to compete, and you're playing against people who are extremely competitive. And even the skins that they wear, they think about doing it before they even jump in, because is it loud and obnoxious? Can people see it from across the freaking map? Because in all honesty, some people will see that skin from a mile away, because let's be honest, this is not made for competitive players. This is made for the casual guys who, just like me, legitimately, when it comes to Call of Duty, I'm casual, super cash. I'm sorry to say it. Like, it's just a fact. You know, I don't pretend to be like this big Call of Duty kind of guy. You know, this came up in my feed, and when I saw it, I had to talk about it because it was super cool. But this is not targeting people who are going to be playing this competitively. It's just a fact. This addition to the game is primarily focused on people just like me who were born in the 90s, who were born in the 80s, who saw this show growing up, and they got that hit of nostalgia the moment they saw that commercial, or that they saw it on YouTube, and they were like, I have to jump in. Like, they have to jump in. And honestly, that's great. Activision, they nailed it. They absolutely nailed it. And honestly, they're going to get such great engagement from this skin. And you can argue it down in the comments. Honestly, I'm curious to know how much of you guys really think that there's going to be a good amount of engagement. Me personally, I'm on the train of this is going to get a ton of engagement from people who actually have nostalgia for this show. Now, back in the day, me personally, I didn't get to watch Beavis and Butt-Head growing up because I was really not allowed to watch Beavis and Butt-Head growing up. Like, this show was dumb and stupid, and they did ridiculous crap everywhere. Just didn't make sense in my family. So did not get to watch this. But now, older me, you know, I get to appreciate these things as I grow up, and seeing them in a game that I enjoy playing with, you know, like family and playing with my friends. This, you know, I haven't touched Call of Duty in a long time, and this actually got me thinking of deleting a bunch of the games that I've downloaded onto my PS5 to actually play this game. That is a feat in and of itself. It's crazy how they did it. So let's talk gameplay for a second. This skin is a walking time bomb. For anybody who's going into Call of Duty, Warzone, or playing Modern Warfare, this, being flat out honest, this is not going to be something that you use when you're trying to be competitive and get the high scores. It's just not, like, if you're high score hunting or you're trying to get up your KD, this is not the skin for that. And let's talk about it for a second. So these skins stand out like a sore thumb. It is so obvious to see them from anywhere on a map. It literally just says, hey, just knock me first, please. I'm like here. I'm not here to like win this game. I'm just here to vibe and have a good time. Because I haven't really gone into details. Like, I haven't seen really that much in terms of the details on what they're going to be adding. I saw a couple of the additions that they're going to make to the operator skins. You know, some of the war paint that Beavis and Butt-Head wears. Like, honestly, it's super funny. I think it's ridiculous. It plays right into Beavis and Butt-Head. I love it. It's so funny. People are going to be getting this skin for the vibes. This is strictly just to play it like for the fun of it. And this also means do not, because I guarantee you there are going to be trolls coming in, because, you know, with any of these types of these types of skins, you know, you get a couple people that are actually, you know, that go into just casual lobbies, and, you know, they go out and they have a good time. They go into Warzone and they have a good time. You know what? All the power to you. Do it, please. I want you to have a good time. Do it, because it's going to be hilarious to watch people go up behind other people. I saw a couple of like the elimination animations that they do, and honestly, they look ridiculous. Hopefully everyone gets to try them because it's so funny. They look ridiculous. But do not show up in ranked with these skins on. I already know for a fact it won't look good. It's not going to be good. People are going to kick you out of lobbies so quickly. You don't have anybody else to blame but yourself. And you know what? All the power to you. You shouldn't be going into ranked lobbies with this skin on. People are just going to kick you. Just don't do it. This skin is not meant for ranked players. This is meant for people who play casual. So when you go into these lobbies, don't be the troll. Like, don't do it. Like, I'm all for having a good time playing these games, you know, however you guys want to do it, but don't do it, please, because people are going to, like, It's the easiest way for them to have to change the way they do their skins. Honestly, that's probably why they made this pack. I'm gonna put it up here. I actually don't remember. I think it's a tracer pack. I think that's what it is. I'll put it up here for you guys to see it. But I think they made the tracer pack with them with the camo skin, like the camo on, specifically for that purpose. But honestly, since it's cell shaded, like it's going to be so obvious to see this. Like it's not even a question. But honestly, if you're going into Warzone with this, honestly, more power to you. You're a freaking legend. You are a freaking legend. Do it. Absolutely do it. And honestly, I think this is probably the most important point out of all this stuff that I've talked about. This is exactly what Call of Duty needs right now. I feel like Call of Duty, because I have a lot of friends of mine who play Valorant, who play League, who play a bunch of other competitive games that just dropped off. They dropped off of Call of Duty, you know? New season drops, new guns, new modes, different stuff. Like, no one was really going into this expecting to actually see Beavis and Butt-Head. Legitimately, nobody. I don't think that was the last thing on my card when it came to like new season dropped in Call of Duty. I wonder what they're going to put out. Definitely the last thing on my list when it came to any of this. And I am so glad that they went with Beavis and Butt-Head, because it hit a nostalgia trip that I think a lot of us gamers are going to be able to appreciate. And Activision's money is just going to ramp up. Like, honestly, if I press onto Activision, anything that I've said, please do more collaborations like this, because I think it really resonates with a lot of us. And if more people end up doing stuff like this, I think it's going to be sky high. They're going to make all the money they want, because it's going to hit us where it really hurts, which is our nostalgia. And honestly, I'm all for it. I'm super down for it. Like, bring it on, bro. Bring more Beavis and Butt-Head. Do more of this. Do more of this, and I guarantee you that you're gonna see a lot more engagement. You're gonna see a lot more people logging in. You're gonna see a lot more people downloading the game again. You're gonna see a lot more people jumping into Warzone. You're gonna see just a lot more people jumping back into the game, and you know, it gets people talking about Call of Duty again. It gets it back in the conversation. It brings people back. It reignites all this chaos and madness and the hecticness, and gets people excited about jumping into, you know, these season packs and buying more things. And honestly, as a company, that's what Activision should be actively trying to do, is making the game fun for people, because obviously you're gonna have people that play ranked and, you know, all these competitive shooters. That's what they're like. They want people to jump into it, because then they do these humongous elaborate things, competitive shows for people to watch. A lot of fun, super cool. But I feel like when it comes to making real money as a company, do stuff like this, because you're gonna see the money rolling in. You're gonna see it, and it's going to be on the backs of freaking Beavis and Butt-Head freaking being ridiculous on freaking Verdansk and all this other crap. And that just makes sense, dude. Like, just do that. Do more of that. So my final thoughts on all of this. Yes, Beavis and Butt-Head are in Call of Duty. Is it ridiculous? Absolutely. Does it make zero sense whatsoever? Yes. Was this completely out of left field for Activision to do? Absolutely. And I am so glad that they freaking did it, because this is exactly what Call of Duty needs. Because they want them back in the conversation. People are playing Valorant, people are playing Apex Legends. People are not playing Call of Duty right now. It's not in the conversation because a lot of creators don't want to jump in it. And I guarantee you, people, when this skin drops, it's supposed to drop on the 2nd. When this skin drops, I'm almost certain that you're going to see a lot of your favorite creators jumping back into Verdansk just for this skin. So let me know down in the comments below if you're actually going to, are you one of the many people that I really think are going to be downloading this game again to play as Beavis and Butt-Head? Let me know down in the comments below. Me personally, I still don't know. Honestly, I have no idea. I'm so conflicted on whether or not to drop so many of my games just to download Call of Duty. It hurts my soul just thinking about it. But honestly, I'm going to be wrestling with it for the next couple of days. Hopefully I get to do a lot more of these. Sorry guys that I've been off lately. You know, I've been away doing work stuff, like actual life work stuff. So, you know, I haven't been as present as I've been wanting to, but thankfully, hopefully this helps out. And honestly, I think if I'm putting out more content, I think it will just help in the long run for you guys, and for you guys to be a little bit more entertained. Hopefully for me, I can be a little bit more present, and I hope that I get to be a little bit more more active when it comes to doing this whole YouTube thing. So obviously, leave me a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'm gonna see you guys next time. Hopefully I'll probably put one of my shorts. I still kind of do shorts here and there, so I'll put one of my shorts up here for you guys to watch, and I will see you guys next time. Later.